Hi, welcome to the Burns redo, and today I'm reviewing the movie Tombstone. Hence the special effects here that I've got on my web camera. Um, the movie, what did I think of it? Well, I have to say I haven't seen it until recently. I got the Blu-ray out, um, and the reason for that is because I Tombstone more or less came out around the same time as Wyatt Earp, and I was a big fan of Kevin Costner back then. And I choose to watch the Kevin Costner version, um, which is this. I mean, it was a very good story. I was like one of the few people that actually enjoyed that film, and it stayed with me after I saw it. So it was still very fresh in my mind, and I never felt the need to ever go and watch the movie Tombstone. Um, After watching Tombstone, I found Wyatt Earp, Kevin Costner's film, to be the better movie. To be honest with you, it's Kevin Costner's film is more of a biopic. Follows the man's story in much greater detail. Um, but I suppose the only thing that goes against it is it's not as probably fun to most people as Tombstone is. Tombstone is a very condensed film, even though it's still 2 hours long. It does make the characters more colourful, larger than life, a little bit exaggerated. They don't actually, when I was actually watching it, they didn't actually feel like real people in that era, if you know what I mean. It was more of a action adventure. The characters themselves seemed a little bit more comical in a way, with rather than Kevin Costner's movie, which seemed to take itself more seriously, and maybe it took itself too seriously for some people's tastes. But overall, I did enjoy Tombstone. I thought it was a fairly good film for what it is, and to me, it was just sort of an action western adventure film, loosely based on a true story. I mean, there were certain things that were just quite outlandish that sort of took you away from it. Feeling like a film based on true events. The whole thing with the preacher saying that the power ride is coming, and they kind of like incorporate that Wyatt Earp was this mythical sort of man coming from God to avenge these the bad guys. Um, but I mean, it was still, as I said, it's. I would say if you want to know the true story about what happened, watch Wyatt Earp if you've got plenty of time. And if you want to know, if you just want a good fun western adventure with a beer and a pizza, watch Tombstone. I mean, I have to say though, the ending of the film, it's actually well acted. By the way, I have to say that the Kurt Russell and Val Kilmer did a very good performance as Doc Holliday. He was really the standout in that. But personally, I thought Dennis Quaid equally did a great portrait of that man as well, or portrayal, sorry, of that man as well. And I thought Val Kilmer did a very good job, and there's plenty of good actors in there that I like. Kurt Russell, Michael Biehn, Bill Paxton. So there's some great actors in it, but the actual editing of the film felt disjointed to me. I was watching it, and it felt in certain places that it seemed to jump around with a feeling of scenes that were missing, like vital scenes. I was thinking, oh, why are we here now? Shouldn't there be a scene to explain why we're here now? It did feel like that way to me. So I think the editing was very disjointed in the film itself. But Yeah, as I said, overall, a fun film that you really shouldn't take too seriously, and especially the ending, which was quite funny to me. The sort of Winter Wonderland portrayal it gave at the end, with the two people dancing in the snow. And check out that snowman at the end, because that is made by two children who must be the world champion at snowman making, because I love how the arms are they're so good at making snowmen that the the arms are like independent apart from like where the shoulder area is. It's you know, they've actually managed to mould perfect arms from this snowman. You've just got to check it out. The snowman looks like something you know, perfect. You know, the perfect snowman that you'd buy in a store or anything that's made out of plastic. It's hilarious. But yeah, that's my opinion of Tombstone. Not a terrible film, but definitely not one you should take seriously.